What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the news of Nio that came out after market yesterday, and then we're also going to be talking about Tesla and what they just released earlier this afternoon. Huge news for them. But before we hop into that, we ask that you guys hit that sub button, hit that like, share, notification bell, all that good stuff. Help us hit 100 subs by the end of the month. That's what we're aiming for. But without further ado, let's hop right into it, man. So let's start off with Nio. So Nio right now sitting at that $62 mark. Last night, after market, it kind of tanked down a little bit, down 3% or so. The stock itself kind of rebounded back from that dip. I know I bought some more shares on that dip. I don't know if you did.
Oh yeah.
But
For
yeah,
sure.
I definitely bought in there and up my value in that. But the news that came out last night with Nio was that they're releasing convertible bonds. And so those are pretty much like just corporate bonds that they offer that allow the purchasers to trade them in at a future date for stocks in the company. I know there was reports of them saying that the notes were going to be due in 2026 and 2027 with interest. So that's kind of like a benefit there of getting the notes, is getting that interest. So we'll see what happens with that. But that kind of drove the price down a little bit. I also feel like some of this was also probably caused by some of the people that were in it for Nio Day.
Yeah, I think a lot of that's from the correction from Nio Day. You know, it was up a lot yesterday, so it's gotta. People are going to be selling at some point.
Right. I
So
know there was a lot of people talking about selling after Nio Day because they thought the price was going to jump, which it did. You know, clearly we went up 8-9% yesterday, and then it kind of tanked back down a little bit, and we talked about this in our last video. We kind of said, we thought it was going to hit that $60 mark to kind of recorrect itself, but now we're back up to that $63 mark, and we'll see what happens here. I know they have a new price target of $75. So we'll
yep.
see if it hits that. I know we have, like, our last two videos were all about Nio Day, everything that's been going on with Nio and why this thing is so hot. So if you guys want to check those out, we'll put those in the description down lower. But yeah, so right now again we're sitting at that $60 mark. Where do you think you see this thing at the end of the January? You think you're gonna see it hit $75?
I think at least 70. Yeah.
I would say I would agree with that, 70 at least. I don't see it hitting 75, but I mean, this thing's been on a tear, dude. This
Yeah.
thing has been on a freaking tear.
Yeah, I think I would hope that by the end of this month they might release some numbers from all the pre-orders for the new sedan. And if they do that, and obviously if the numbers are good, that's going to make the price go up more.
Right.
But I mean, this thing's been just going to the moon lately, so I
Right.
think $70 by the end of
That's
this month.
I think so as
That would be
well.
nice.
Yeah. And I know they're talking about more with Nvidia,
Yeah.
bringing their chips into that new ET7 car. So we'll see how that plays out. I know Nvidia was up yesterday as well based on that news. I kind of feel like that's how it is with some of this stuff. Everybody's so hyped on Nio. As soon as they say something about anything else, dude, it's just going to go right to that next stock. And
Right.
same thing with Apple announcing that they're going to be releasing their car, and they're possibly working with Tesla and Nio, in talks with them. It kind of just brings more attention to these stocks. So I definitely, like you said, I see this thing hitting hopefully $70 by the end of January.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
that'd be
So
awesome.
we'll see what happens there. But the other half of the video, let's talk about Tesla, man. Tesla had some big news. Chad, I know you wanted to talk about Tesla a little bit here, so I'll pass it over to you.
Yeah, so Tesla gained a business license in India to operate in the country as a domestic automaker. So if they expand into India, that's huge because right now they have their Shanghai factory, and that's all the way on the east coast of China. So India's, the next country to the west of China, and China's huge. So
Right.
if they're over in India, they can easily, sell to other Middle Eastern countries as well as, probably go into Africa and stuff. So
Right.
that's just going to help build more cars in different places of the country. You can ship them easier, faster. And
Right. And
yeah,
I think that's going to open them up to that, like, open them up to that market of India, to the western half of China. I think it'll just, like you said, it'll increase their sales. It'll just bring more revenue. It helps them expand globally, which
right.
is what they've been trying to do now for a while. So I definitely kind of feel like they're doing this to kind of get a jump on Nio, because Nio is right now only based in China. they're actually trying to expand, you know, with these. So on a side note, with these corporate bonds, they're trying to use this money to obviously expand um, their 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 reach in Europe, and they're aiming for Norway first. That's like where they want to go first. So that's where this money's headed towards, and I feel like with them reaching to Europe, Tesla reaching into India, I kind of feel like they're both trying to dominate as much as they can to get as much market cap as possible. And I
Right.
feel like with
Yeah.
Tesla going into India and China at the same time, I feel like that's going to be monsters for Tesla. So with Tesla getting the new target price of $900, where do you think you see Tesla sitting at the end of January? I mean, today we're up
Uh,
6% because I think this is probably because of that news. There was also a little bit of pullback yesterday in Tesla, so I kind of feel like they both go hand in hand. You know, the news of them expanding into India and the pullback. I feel like that's just another good buying point for people if you're not into
yeah,
Tesla.
so they kind of offset each other. There was probably some pullback from all the Nio news, and as well, they were up like 5 days straight, like 20%. So I mean,
Right,
after that, there's going to be some pullback, but
right.
they pretty much made up what they lost yesterday. Um, but I don't know. By the end of January, probably
I want to
I
say
would like
900, dude.
I don't know. I wasn't gonna go that high. I was probably gonna say like 880, 875. Well,
Right. I
no, probably it'll probably be 900 because it doesn't have to go up very much percentage wise
right.
to go up. Like right now, it's up $50, and that's only 6%.
Right. So it
So
doesn't take much.
yeah, it'll hit. I think it'll hit 900 by the end of January,
Yeah.
probably.
And so I expect, you know, with them getting closer, with both the Nio and Tesla getting closer to their target prices, I would expect those to get raised again, and
Right.
it's just going to keep going. And I know there's going to be more news coming out with both Tesla and Nio, you know, as they just keep growing and expanding, and we'll bring you guys all that up to date information that we find out, and we'll go from there. So, but yeah, so that wraps up this video for us. If you guys like this kind of content, don't forget to hit that like, share, notification bell, subscribe button, all that stuff. It helps us grow the channel, and we're trying to hit that 100 subs by the end of the month, and we would really appreciate it if you guys could help us with that. But yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video.